Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
When someone takes out a payday loan, the structure is they have 2 weeks to pay the loan back in full, or they have to pay a re-up fee of, so $500 would be $90, and that's every 2 weeks. And so our whole goal is let's get you out of that cycle and into a conventional credit union loan. So when someone comes to us, all they need is a proof of income. It doesn't matter how much income, it doesn't matter what the source of the income is, they just need a proof of income, and then they need to have the documents, here's what my payday loan is. We send them to the credit union, and the credit union gives them backed by us, or we have an account, they give them a cashier's check to pay off their payday loan, and then they enter into a credit union loan at 3% interest. And so it goes from I'm paying $90 every 2 weeks to I'm paying over the span of a year $15 total in interest, right? Like that is the stark difference. For several years, churches have cared about payday lending because it's just an obviously bad thing. It's taking advantage of people that have no other option. It is preying after the poor and neglected that our churches are supposed to care about. So for several years, churches have cared about payday lending. They've lobbied on payday lending, trying to make reasonable interest rates. Because the problem is interest rates are like 400% a year. So they get a $500 loan and they're spending about $90 a month just to maintain that loan. They're not paying down principal at all. So over the span of a year, they're going to spend over $1,000 just in fees to have a $500 loan, which is ridiculous. So we are early. There's not a lot of them that do it, and no other church does this in Georgetown. But no, we were definitely copying a model of something that was already happening.
So I went to a conference, and there's a church in Louisiana and Missouri that were doing this program, and I thought, why doesn't every church do this program? Well, first of all, the church isn't a bank, so that seems silly for us to get involved in that. But at the same time, we need to help people because it's in the states where payday lending is legal, it's atrocious.
Since January, we have helped 6 people. We've seen more people than that, and they either didn't have a payday loan or we weren't able to help them. But we have been able to help 6 people get out of a payday loan, which has every single time has been very exciting for us. People that have come through the program have said things like, look, I was without work for a month, but I've got jobs again. Now this is overwhelming. And then they get into this, the conventional loan, and that fixes it. Suddenly they're able to afford to live because they're not paying exorbitant amount of fees just because they were poor. But so it's a really simple program intentionally. There's no credit checks. There's no hoops to jump through. You have a payday loan, you have a proof of income. We're going to get you into a conventional credit union loan.
I cried the first one that we did. I was so excited to finally actually be like doing something because working with the legislators banging your head against the wall. So actually being able to see some progress is fantastic.
The way the system works is we have an account at the credit union with money in it that backs it. And so as long as there's money in that account, we can give people loans. Is essentially it, and we have money in the account, so let's go. Is basically it. We're not going to run out, and so it's year-round, anytime. Give us a call, we'll set it up, and we are happy and waiting to help someone.